what are some of the likely measures the industry is supposed to take to appreciate film as a whole, which will eventually affect the appreciation of sound designing?
Okay, in the first place, the film industry will have to actually set up and come out with policies and even demonstrate to the whichever government that is in power on the ladder of economic activities, development and all that. The art is wallowing, which the film industry is one of them. We don't have a sense of direction at all. The policies must affect all and sundry. Young budding directors, camera guys, musicians, anybody that matter in that performative will have to come out with sort of a policy document that even brings how much you're supposed to charge for a particular film and all that. There should be a standard to start with. And then also we should really begin to streamline copyright issues, because people are just borrowing left, right, center. And I keep saying that judgment day that pastors preach is not a judgment day Jesus Christ is coming, but it's a day the white man will come and enslave us again, because they've taken the trouble to realize that about 50 years down the line, we still are just picking their stuff and using them anyhow. We don't pay any copyright. So when they come, we'll go under slavery again. Seriously. So creativity has to be pushed. You know, people shouldn't just put, square pegs in round holes. We need to go to the right source and get the right information and stop cutting corners, so that editors can even, if they want to really become designers, they should learn. One very key when it comes to you becoming a sound designer is to be grounded in music. Because sound design, the basic is music. If you don't have it, forget it. Because you don't even understand the use of a flute. The use of a flute, you don't understand. It has its own epic background. It has its own emotional feeling that it comes with. Are you with me? So at what point are you using it? Yes, you can borrow the white man's violin, but what can you make the violin do in your movie? Whether it's epic or it is a classical or it's a cosmopolitan movie. We can borrow the violin and make it Ghanaian. For instance, if I'm doing an Adoa something, I can borrow the violin and let the violin sing the bell pattern of Adoa. Tan 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 tan. Any Ghanaian can identify with the fact that it is that rhythm that the violin is playing, which we call African pianism. It's a theory in academia. So I'm not sure that the Europeans, the Hindu movies, the Chinese movies are just there. They just pick anything anyhow. You lie bad. Listen to Chinese movies. They play the indigenous instrument with strings. Look, when they talk about symphony orchestra, the symphony orchestra is like a united nation. Timpani is not a product of the Europeans, but it is part of the symphony orchestra. There are a lot of instruments. Some come from Asian part of the world, Africa, but they are all part of the Western Symphony Orchestra. So this is to tell you that we are in a world of syncretism. We can all borrow, and so we should stop using products that do not really help what we want to do and create from the scratch. Now, if you do not begin to create from the scratch, how do you get experience and create good stuff? It is like the whole economy is sitting on borrowing, and even the art is borrowing. And those that don't borrow don't get the opportunity to be seen, to be heard, because it's like our ears are tuned to what we know, and that is it. But if we begin to create from the scratch, give room for the young ones that are coming, that are creating this separate thing, the guitar thing here, a drum here, it will be good. producers have the answers. They should stop cutting corners. If you buy a storyline, pay. Encourage the person by paying. I know you can pay, so pay. Because, for instance, you will be dead and gone, but your child will come and suffer when they come for their copyright stuff. So the way forward is to look for, groom the young budding ones. The schools, these media schools, should get the right, professionals to teach the kids how to do it. And I'm talking about School of Performing Arts is doing its bit. But I would want to say that the practicals must be more, because a lot of people pass through the School of Performing Arts, but when they finish, they end up saying, "Oh, the industry is not inviting. It's not." No, the industry is very boisterous. It's very hectic. You will cry. So they end up coming back to school. But if you have talent, sometimes school is not even necessary. But what makes school very important is you come and learn what you are doing. You know how to do it. What is informing what you're doing? You should, at least for music, you understand dynamics. What is dynamics? What is pitch? What is melody? What is harmony? What is counterpoint? All this will help you do things like Hans Zimmer is doing. But if you don't know it, that is why we come to school to train. So if you come and for 4 years, you still have your hands at your back, and then you say, "Oh, Charlie, see that young man? I hear he spent 2 years in NAFTI. He's a good film cameraman." But Charlie, even me, I did my small ITV, but I can't do things like this. Then it means you're supposed to go back to the young man for apprenticing, or go back to NAFTI for another 2 years, 6 years. Wow. So I think the institutions must set up. The art, somebody said it, that the art alone can fetch Ghana foreign exchange. Seriously. Our films must go beyond the borders of Ghana, not just for film festivals, but make impact in the world.